Auxiliary in. USB. Bluetooth.
It's in the game.
Bluetooth connected.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Alright, y'all. We back with another one, man. Y'all already know what's going on. Alright. Now, check this out. Y'all remember the video we did about the Woo Lady girl, right? And, you know, the women going to Miami for the tricks, you know, and all that good stuff. Y'all remember that video, right? I like the feedback to that video because, you know, it was just something different and just kind of shows you the reality of the world we live in, especially with, you know, this new generation. Man, it's crazy what these women are out here doing, the young men as well, you know. And so that brings us to the topic of this girl named Brianna J, Dream Doll Bree. Not the Dream Doll that has like a couple million followers, but this young girl right here, 21 years old, right? Now you listen to her music, you listen to the stuff that she promoted. She had 85,000 followers on Instagram before she died the other night. Yes, this girl is now dead. She had close to 400K on TikTok, so she was a pretty well-known, you know, influencer in Miami, right? Now, part of me almost feels like we wouldn't even know about this story if we didn't know about Woo Lady. Now, the Woo Lady girl, she's went on to say that she does voodoo, she does all kinds of stuff. She's very capable of doing what she does.
It's the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Russ Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Brewer.
Inside Williams-Brice Stadium for South Carolina, the Sandstorm team entrance is electric. The fans make this one of the most special venues in sports. Loud, proud, and rocking. That iconic entrance is one you've got to appreciate. Guys?
Okay, Holly.
Now, Woo Lady knows Brianna's family. They say the family called her at 7 a.m. just about 2.5 hours later to let her know that Dream Doll was
The
killed.
Gamecocks ready to kick it away first.
Right, so this is how, a lot of this stuff is posted on Instagram, and the stories are
He'll start the return inside his 5.
when a lot of this stuff broke out, right? So just to give y'all, you know, close up of the person we are talking about, this is Bree right here. She was 20.
This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. on the ground. It's Ives. Makes a pass to Marker. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Throws to the back. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can...
Makes the catch, and he's free. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. And you got to communicate.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
That's a great looking run there. Nebraska has had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them.
People like, how does she know all of this and all this stuff? But, me doing my little digging. So it's supposedly true that she
This
actually
crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys.
as well. Now,
Quarterback making checks.
the reason I'm even covering it is that I just find it weird that this happened, and it's not too long after everybody
Great
started
job
talking
on the
about
containment
this
and the
girl.
tackling. They stop him for no
Can't
gain.
even just directly say, oh yeah, she's been brought up.
Behind the
She's
chains
across the
now
board
on second and
Sunday
long.
at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, when no one should be outside of that house at gas station.
Dropping back. It's Calandria.
So on and so on.
Makes the
It was
grab
just
along the
the
sideline,
timing
but
of it
it'll
was
be a
weird.
little short of the first down.
TMZ covering
We
this.
hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that display, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of
If you didn't
executing.
know who this girl right here was, you may have not even heard of
Eighth play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a third down conversion.
You probably wouldn't even know this story.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
But something just seems a little weird here. Seems a little off to me. I truly feel like that. Like if we didn't know about her, if she had no presence on the internet, old girl being killed, it may not even
This
happen.
third
She
down a
wasn't there.
little longer
Sure, she
after that
wasn't there.
penalty.
But I don't know, something just feels off about this story. Now stuff like this happens all the time because when you keep this kind of company, when you're
On
around
the
so
gun,
many
wants to
people like
pass.
this, this is
Pocket
what
breaking
ends up
down.
happening to you.
At the
And I
35,
talk
he's
about
open.
this so much when you
He
get involved with
slides
people,
past the first down marker,
certain
and he'll
people,
convert that third and
and you
long.
put yourself
And
around
that's the
certain
extra
other
feel
people.
you get with this
You
dude.
have
I
now
mean,
become a
unbelievable
target
job
for
dropping
these
back to
other people
pass,
got
but
going on.
understanding third
But it
down,
still doesn't
I
make
can get it
sense
right
why
now.
the
I got a little bit of space right up the
is
middle,
shut
pulls
up.
it
She
down,
had nothing
runs
to
it
do with
straight
the
ahead,
fight
and
supposed
goes
to
and
be
gets the big
happening
third
at
down
gas station.
conversion.
Check this out.
They make the
So
tackle
what
after he
is
gets two
happening
down
in
to the
Post
25.
this young lady, unfortunately,
That's a really good job by the
I think
defense,
this is the
wrapping them
last
up,
thing
getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Some of them might rap, some of them might be hating on just as young
Looking
people
to
are there
fire.
to get information on you. so that they can
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time, man. This crowd really affected the football game.
They drop one throw off their home, the right action, and for
Back to pass, it's Galadriel.
My heart is
Makes
so
the grab on the
stirred,
left.
Father.
Runs
So
through a
to
man.
see
He
that
might have
happen to that
space.
young lady,
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first
somebody
and
who
goal.
was at that party.
You've got to be excited if you're a fan of this team. What you've seen on this opening drive, they look locked in, all 11 guys on the same page. This has been a beautiful opening drive. Really nice tempo, phenomenal execution, whether it's been running or throwing like you saw right there. Here they are now, down in close to the red zone. The head coach is loving what he's seeing out of his team early.
On second and goal, he gets another chance. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession.
Who was shot in the car.
Practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend.
Absolutely.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd.
Bluetooth connected.
Story, it really does not make sense. Somebody said, wait, who's the friend that got dropped off before it happened?
And he breaks the play.
Somebody said they said it was her hairstylist that got dropped off.
I really love that first drive by the offense.
Somebody said destiny swappers. Who cares? Stop glorifying scammers, escorts, and God knows what else they're doing. I mean, it's very true that she had a little popular song that made its wave on TikTok, and she was talking about she needs tricks and all of this as well. She was in the lifestyle. What she promoted was nothing of anything positive. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that she deserved to be shot up and killed in, you know, in a car that right now, as far as the official narrative, seems like, I don't know, stories like this, and I got a couple more clips to show y'all, but stories like this just, it don't really make sense.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return.
I mean, you could say if whatever was going on at the gas station, there was 3 people that got shot. Whatever was going on at the gas station, you know, why target them? Who was in the car that they wanted to kill? So far, the young girl, 3, is the only person that died. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said destiny swapping. It don't seem. This don't seem right, because I also find stuff like that to be weird, especially if the other 2 end up surviving. Why was she the only one that was killed? So they targeting her. Was this a planned damn sacrifice of a young 21-year-old girl? Which is why I said things just feel a little weird, you know? Let's go to this other clip now.
To the air, it's Sellers.
And Wawa. That was AJ, right?
Gave him just a little too much.
Right there, right?
I think when you go through these
Right there,
progressions as a
that'll be
quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to. Obviously, I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. He sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. Fires to the right. Got his man all by himself. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark
See that little green Lamborghini?
Look, that wasn't a touchdown.
You see?
That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
You know, you already see what she was around.
Again,
This girl just showing somebody stories of this is what was going on of the night that led up to this. This the girl blue right here in the skirt. Looks like a Louis Vuitton shirt. This is what was going on.
All right, back-to-back shots by the offense. Staying aggressive, foot on the pedal. They had a big completion the previous place. They tried to take another one. Give the defense credit, forcing the incompletion.
I don't know. This story is definitely, somebody said the owner of the playing cards responsible. More than likely, like on board is granted. I'm not trying to say can nobody afford it, but probably a runner. I'm pretty sure we'll find out more of that stuff. Somebody said it was a setup for sure. There's just all the comments that I've dug into, like so far.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
She should have been the target, is what I'm saying. But also, I haven't got a clear picture or anything clear of who else was in the car that should have been the target. Something just don't make sense.
He'll take a shot.
Something about the story don't make sense.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it be third down.
Oh, man, that's a touchdown. He's in the end zone. He has got to be able to make that catch.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Delayed handoff. It's Clark. Got enough for the first. Maybe some room here. Touchdown, South Carolina. They walk away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And I'm kind of surprised that's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a ball. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that.
And by the time you get down 135th, by the time you get down 95, you shot up in the top of the nigga on the news, and now your family trying to create this like table for 2 podcasts that bring awareness to it. This shit is
it's crazy. Now, a lot of people saying that she wasn't with a trick in the car, that she was with her cousin, she was close friends when they left. I still have no idea why she was followed. She didn't get into a fight. Nothing. She didn't provoke anything. So it either tells me this was a setup. Somebody was jealous. Damn near somebody did some kind of duty. Did some kind of root. What it is, but the story just don't make sense. And now what this girl is talking about is power of the tongue and being around certain situations that get you killed. It got nothing to do with anything. And that's very true. I even went to high school with a girl, and she ended up, this is exactly what this was, but it was a little bit more brutal than this. I went to high school with a girl. A couple years after high school, graduation, all that good stuff, you know, we are mid-20s, we get texts and stuff that this girl just got shot and killed by LSU University with a guy that she was with. Now, the guy that she was with in the car was into it, had some shit going on with this other dude. This other dude pulls up, sprays the car, killed her, and if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if the guy got him or not, but he was shot up as well. But it's kind of like the same thing, like you being around certain people, you know, will put your life in danger, will put you into a situation that you should have never been in, but you put your trust into somebody and he got you killed because of who you're sitting with in the car. And that's a lot of times stuff can happen like this. You know what I'm saying? Stuff can happen like this because of who you decide to involve yourself with. In this generation, a young girl like that, Miami, Broward, wherever she was, you know, you're 21 years old. You getting a little bit of money, you believe in the tricking, you believe in all this stuff, you surround yourself with all these young black men toting guns and doing the same old thing. Something don't make sense, man. Something don't make sense about this story, y'all. Something don't make sense about this story. Somebody said this was very spot on. Her cousin had just bought her a Chanel bag. Oh my God. And it was a Lamborghini truck. I was just thinking this. Rico called it.
Gonna try to get it himself. They finally
I
get
don't
him
know.
on the ground.
I just thought I would bring light to the story. Definitely interesting. But it's unfortunate. This young girl lost her life. She still looked very young, very impressionable. I mean, to me, she looks like a kid, honestly. So it's sad, but this is not uncommon. This is what happens in our reality, in our world. You know, unfortunately, people lose their life in the, you know, smallest of circumstances, like something that means absolutely nothing. Nowhere near enough to take someone's life. It's crazy what's going on out here, y'all. That being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. It's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.
Great execution. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's Sellers to throw. Here comes the heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. He's not afraid to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. From inside the 15, here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. They start this third quarter, one possession game and hoping to get an early drive. Unloads it downfield. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Motion from the wide receiver. Play fake, Sellers. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, Sellers. Trying to make magic with his feet. Unloads to the wideout. Caught, and he's got room. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And once he found open space, the man might as well start playing. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Finds his big tight end. He's not going to get there. The defense standing tall on this 2-point conversion attempt, and we are still tied.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
Base 44.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Cornhusker offense is out and ready to go on the attack. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the 3rd. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
It's a new world.
They'll go right back to him. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. The Cornhuskers come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of when
might have a chance. Smashes through the tackle. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you can tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
And the Huskers have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Buys a little extra time. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with the relentless chase. I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Under fire. And he never had a chance.
And this offense, man, they talked about it coming out of half. They wanted to get their guy into a rhythm. To do that, man, you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. He's been hit a lot. He hasn't made that many plays throughout this football game. They got to do a better job of protecting their guy.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground. Grab behind the line. It's Tuggle. Oh, and a move. And he weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to play manage.
The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He's in open space downfield. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll move the wide receiver. Finding some room. Finally run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Clark. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Now on 2nd down. Holds and fires complete to the right. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th.
With a dirty big talent, of course, shit. No one but Yonkers leaders. Gem star swing. Somebody cut your rump with David. Stomp your head like it's part of the pavement. Got business to engage in.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play.
Always got me back on that new shit. Playing Marvin Gaye right before and after I do shit.
Reads it, fires complete. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the 1st down.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch him off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
That was a lightning fast decision. You can tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sellers. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long and
guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure 3 here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Fires into the end zone, and this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game, and they'll get him down after a solid return. Tie game, 4th quarter, you get it in the red zone, and then to have a mistake like that is devastating.
Oh, this quarterback is the leader of this team. He's expected to make better decisions than that. You just cannot have your leader and your quarterback go out and be careless with the football, with the game on the line late in that kind of situation.
You don't need to know no other than this. Like
and here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. So the big turnover, the interception, setting up this offense in a tie game with a chance to drive for the go-ahead score. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he can really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. deep on third down. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Fourth down, and this offense will roll the dice from their own territory and stay on the field. Oh, he dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The Gamecocks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Throwing Sellers. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back the pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up, early down play for this QB.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Fourth down, Sellers. Fires to the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Fuck out the game, bitch ass.
All the way back to the house.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the 4th quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25.
Down to 3 days a week. Then we alternate weekends. Holidays is free, but on our home days, we
they'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22.
MC with a helmet, stay with the 57.
Sellers.
Where to forgive, so I don't expect for you to respect.
He wants a big play here late. Goes high to put it in. Brought down after the huge gain, gets us up and set up at the 27. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Rides the option, he keeps it. But nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo-birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, he dropped the football. He had it right in the middle of the field and just ran before he finished the catch. It'll be 4th down.
And now with that play for this
field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Send the tight end in motion. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Going for it all. Incomplete on 4th
going to pack it up.
And man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And it's all
I'm checking out my hotel, I'm checking in for a flight. You got no seat at this table, you ain't put in for a slice. I dare you reach for a plate, you gon' be in for a fight. My nigga is so tight, must protect our bread. And if I ain't getting money, you get left on red. They throwing shade at me, I just keep shining through. Yeah, you know pressure bust pipes and make diamonds too. All about the Benjamins. I'm puffy in that shiny suit. I almost went back to sacking up again a time or two. Block is hot, it's time to move. This rap shit is kinda cool. Now I